What are the main themes in Divisadero that speak to you?
I guess I would say that the play deals with family and how our families and the memories that we share with our family affect us and create who we are. You know, there's the theme of chance, you know, things that happen to us in our lives that just happen without, almost without our realizing it in the moment, and then with retrospect you realize, oh wow, that just occurred. And then that has reverberations through the rest of our lives, you know.
Personally, it's a constant reassessment of what this work is. But yeah, I mean, the closest, sort of some of the, what I'm most intrigued by is the absence of, what happens in the absence of others in this, like the family this family who's kind of separated from one another at a certain point, and how people how lives keep on, you know, keep on going.
I want to say love, but it's such a vast theme.
But fair, I think that's a fair.
Violence, and how humans cope with violence, and what happens in the aftermath of tragedy, how people heal themselves after a crisis.
It seems that all the characters are in flight, either running from something or running to someone or something. Do you think that's true of your character, and do you see it as a sign of strength or weakness?
So I find personally with Cooper, Cooper's a very reticent character. There's not a lot of information about what's happening in here or in here, in the novel or in the play. Cooper is not probed as much, and I think that's very effective. You know, I mean, you know, there are lines that she says, you know, who is Coop really? You know, we don't, you know, they only see him, you know, coming out of a barn and stretching, and they only see him, you know, reading about the gold rush. I mean, there's no internal evaluation of him. So with Cooper, it's interesting because we don't know what he wants to do with his life. We don't know how he got to be, you know, really how he got to be a card player. We don't know what happens after that. And we don't know about his objectives, you know.
Definitely there are things that I admire in the character of Bridget, but I sort of wonder with people sometimes if that strength comes from something that's broken. There's something that I've read in Michael's work before Divisadero. There's sort of he talks about characters being attracted to another person's variousness, you know, that they're constantly changing. And actually I find it difficult with Bridget. She is a very attractive character, and I do find it difficult to determine who exactly she is. I mean, she's various even to me.
I think it's a sign of being human to run from something that scares you. And I think at the center of Claire is this deep family secret. There's a line in the play about secrets. A family doesn't reveal its secrets. I think Claire is running toward that secret and running away from it, and it's just a sign of being alive.
I don't know if I mean, if you stand on the outside, I mean, like as an actor, you can't sort of, that's not something that you are aware of, like, you know, because, you know, the father, I'm sure the father is running away from all sorts of things, but in the moment that he's speaking, that's not what he's doing, you know, so I guess probably it's, well, and also maybe probably that's part of the male thing too. I mean, how much within this, you know, these guys, it's not really about self-awareness, you know, in any of these guys, just about stating the facts of what was actually happening. And there's not a lot of self kind of thing into that, where the more the self stuff comes, well, particularly for Anna, you know, that kind of stuff, but most of the female characters are more that, along that line than the males are. They're just kind of big and bold and violent.